You wake up, your eyes barely open and your hand already knows what to do. It reaches for the screen, a flicker of light, a cascade of colors, 1,000 lives rushing past yours. You scroll, you consume, you forget. You tell yourself it's normal. Everyone does it. But deep down a whisper remains. Am I choosing this? Or am I being chosen? The perfect prison doesn't need walls. It needs pleasure. It needs you to enjoy your own captivity. Aldous Huxley saw it coming long before we did. While others feared a future ruled by pain, he feared one ruled by comfort. No chains, no violence, just endless entertainment. A civilization lulled into obedience through the pursuit of feeling good. Look around. Every tap gives you a reward. Every notification promises validation. You chase a chemical hit that fades faster each time, and the more you chase it, the smaller your world becomes. The tragedy isn't that someone took your freedom, it's that you traded it, willingly, for distraction. Because silence feels unbearable, because meaning takes effort, because pleasure is easy. You don't need a dictator to control your mind, just an algorithm that knows exactly what you crave. So ask yourself again, do you think you are free? Or have you simply learned to love the cage? It doesn't happen overnight. Obedience is not imposed, it is trained. Your nervous system learns, one small reward at a time, that comfort equals safety, and discomfort equals danger. Every time you feel bored and reach for a distraction, you are teaching your brain a lesson. Never face the void. And the brain listens. It rewires itself to avoid silence, to escape stillness, to demand stimulation like oxygen. You are no longer acting, you are reacting. Every ping, every buzz, every flash of the screen is a micro-command, and you obey without thinking. The modern world doesn't need to force you, it only needs to trigger you. The result is subtle but devastating. You lose tolerance for waiting, for depth, for effort. You scroll past anything that doesn't deliver instant satisfaction. And the tragic irony is that you call this freedom. But freedom that depends on constant stimulation is just another form of dependency. You can't stop, not because someone forbids you, but because stopping feels like death. Your nervous system panics in silence. Your thoughts become unbearable noise. And instead of facing them, you sedate them with food, with screens, with noise. This is how control evolves, not through force but through conditioning. Your pleasure centers become levers, your impulses become algorithms, and your desires, once spontaneous, become predictable patterns in a corporate spreadsheet. It's easy to say you could stop any time, but can you? Try spending 1 hour without reaching for your phone. Try sitting with boredom instead of killing it. If that feels impossible, you've already tasted the truth. You are not in control. A nervous system addicted to comfort will do anything to avoid awareness. Because awareness hurts. And the system knows that a population unable to endure discomfort will never question who benefits from their obedience. This is how modern slavery is built, not in factories, not in prisons, but inside the neural circuits of pleasure and escape. Huxley called it soma, a sweet illusion that numbed every question before it could form. We no longer swallow pills, we swipe. Each notification is a microdose, each scroll a synthetic sigh of relief. A world without pain, sold to us one dopamine spike at a time. The algorithms don't want your money first. They want your attention, because attention is the currency. And once they own that, everything else follows. They watch how long you stare at a photo, what triggers a pause, what keeps you looping. They learn you better than you know yourself. Then they feed you pleasure calibrated to your weakness. It feels personal, it feels free, but it's mathematical sedation, tailored to your nervous system's rhythm. You think you're exploring the world, yet the world is quietly exploring you. The beauty of this control is its invisibility. No one forces you to scroll. You choose to. You even defend it. I'm just relaxing. But what you call relaxation is often strategic exhaustion. You end the day drained, distracted, pacified, too tired to question why. Meanwhile, the machine grows smarter. Each swipe is a confession, each click a prayer whispered to the gods of data. And they answer with comfort, with endless content. with the soft anesthetic of pleasure, but the more you consume, the less you feel. Emotions flatten into reactions. Curiosity shrinks into impulses. And somewhere between convenience and numbness, individuality fades. Soma once erased pain, now the feed erases meaning. We traded suffering for sedation and called it progress. Look closely at the glow of the screen. It's not just light, it's hypnosis disguised as choice. So ask yourself, when was the last time you felt truly awake? Without it, imagine a world where no one suffers, no pain, no frustration, no anxiety. Every discomfort instantly erased. It sounds like paradise. But paradise without struggle soon becomes a padded cell. When everything is easy, nothing has meaning. When all effort is removed, all growth disappears. And what remains is not peace, but weakness. We were not designed to live without friction. A muscle grows by resistance. A soul evolves by challenge. Without them, both decay. Modern culture worships ease. Every invention promises to save you from effort. Faster delivery, shorter videos, simpler answers. We are building a civilization allergic to difficulty, and the allergic mind cannot face reality. It needs everything filtered, softened, controlled. So the moment life demands patience, courage, or endurance, it collapses. Minor discomforts feel unbearable. Small delays ignite panic. Every silence feels like suffocation. And yet, this fragility is not accidental. It is engineered, because the weaker we become, the more we depend on comfort. The more we depend on comfort, the easier we are to control. Huxley saw this long before it arrived. In Brave New World, no one questioned anything because nothing hurt. Soma erased every trace of pain, and with it, every trace of depth. A world without suffering became a world without humanity. Our modern Soma glows in pixels, hums in notifications, whispers in slogans like "you deserve it," "treat yourself," "don't overthink." Behind those words hides a quiet poison. A life free of discomfort is also free of strength. You can't be brave if nothing scares you. You can't be wise if nothing challenges you. And you can't be free if you can't endure the weight of your own mind. Comfort feels safe until it kills what makes you alive. The cult of ease is not progress. It is the slow extinction of resilience disguised as happiness. What are you really chasing? Happiness or meaning? Pleasure or purpose? They look similar from afar. Both feel good, both light up the brain, but one fades and the other transforms. Pleasure is a spark, purpose is a flame. A spark excites you, a flame sustains you. Modern life confuses the two. We are told to follow what feels good, but feeling good has become a trap. A new pair of shoes, a like on a photo, a weekend escape, all vanish as soon as they arrive. The void always returns, demanding the next fix. But meaning endures. It does not sedate you. It awakens you. It forces you to face pain, to build, to persist. It requires time, discipline, and failure, the very things the pleasure economy teaches you to avoid. The system cannot profit from people who have purpose. A person with purpose consumes less. They don't need constant validation. They are not easy to manipulate. That's why meaning is quietly discouraged. It slows the machine. Viktor Frankl, who survived the horror of the camps, wrote that those who found meaning in suffering were the ones who endured it. Pain with a purpose becomes strength. Pleasure without purpose becomes slavery. Ask yourself, when did you last feel alive without needing to escape anything? When did you last act from conviction instead of compulsion? The truth is simple, but terrifying. You can't be both deeply fulfilled and endlessly distracted. The two cannot coexist. The machine thrives on your emptiness. It needs you hungry, restless, slightly dissatisfied, always craving the next dose. But meaning starves the machine. It restores sovereignty. It reminds you that your life is not a marketplace of sensations, but a story. And stories only matter when they have struggle, purpose, and direction. Pleasure numbs you. Meaning rebuilds you. And the choice between them is the quiet rebellion the world fears most. Awareness means nothing if you remain trapped in the same loops. Knowing you are addicted to pleasure does not free you. Action does. And every path out begins the same way, by choosing discomfort on purpose. There are 4 exits from the maze, 4 acts of rebellion that rewire the mind. I call them the 4D path: deprivation, discomfort, discernment, direction. 1. Deprivation, the reset. Pleasure lost its value because you drowned in it. When you deprive yourself intentionally, a day without social media, a week without processed food, an hour without background noise, the senses return to balance. You rediscover satisfaction in what once felt ordinary. It's not punishment, it's recalibration. Each deprivation rebuilds the threshold of joy, making pleasure honest again. 2. Discomfort, the training. Strength is not built in comfort. You must relearn how to sit with boredom, to endure silence without reaching for escape. Meditate, walk without music, finish what is difficult, not to suffer, but to remember that pain is not an enemy. Discomfort is the weight that forges resilience, and resilience is the muscle of freedom. 3. Discernment, the filter. Freedom without awareness is chaos. Discernment means asking, who benefits from my impulses? Why do I crave what I crave? Who profits when I lose focus? Once you begin to see patterns, the illusion cracks. You stop reacting to every stimulus and start observing. Observation dissolves manipulation. 4. Direction, the rebuild. The final D is where you transform survival into creation. Without direction, deprivation turns to asceticism and discomfort turns to despair. You need a vision, something larger than comfort, something worth your attention. Purpose gives structure to your effort and meaning to your restraint. It turns discipline into devotion. These 4 acts are not a quick fix. They are the slow detox of a mind born in captivity. They rewire the nervous system from passive consumption to active creation. And as you move through them, something extraordinary happens. Pleasure returns, not as addiction, but as gratitude. This is the paradox the system cannot monetize. A human being who finds joy in stillness cannot be controlled. A mind that endures silence cannot be manipulated by noise. And a person with direction cannot be sedated by convenience. The 4D path is not about rejecting pleasure. It's about reclaiming your sovereignty over it. Freedom looks noble in theory. In practice, it makes people uncomfortable. When you stop chasing the same pleasures others notice, you no longer laugh at the same jokes, follow the same trends, fill the same silences. You become a mirror, and mirrors are rarely loved. At first, they'll ask if you're okay. Then they'll tell you that you're overthinking. Finally, they'll laugh, because nothing disturbs the collective dream more than someone who wakes up inside it. People defend their chains when they believe those chains keep them comfortable. So when you start to break yours, it threatens the illusion that comfort equals happiness. Your presence becomes a quiet rebellion. Some will admire you for it. They will sense your calm, your clarity, the depth returning to your gaze. Others will resent it, not because you harmed them, but because your change exposes their stagnation. It's easier to call you strange than to face their own dependence. They'll tell you life is meant to be enjoyed, not analyzed. They'll call you dramatic, detached, obsessive, because if you're right, they might have to change us, and change is pain. This is the hidden cost of awakening: solitude. Not the loneliness of absence, but the distance between frequencies. You begin to vibrate differently, to see through patterns others still call normal. But solitude is not exile. It is purification. It is where you learn to act from purpose, not reaction. Where silence becomes teacher, not punishment. Do not expect applause for freeing yourself. Freedom rarely gets standing ovations. It gets suspicion. It gets misunderstanding. Yet, that's how you know it's real. It costs something. The world praises independence but fears the independent mind. Because a truly free person cannot be controlled, only respected or ignored. So when your freedom offends, smile. You've stopped serving the illusion. Morning again. The same room, the same glow of the screen beside your bed. Your hand hesitates this time. It remembers, not a command, but a choice. You can open the cage again, let the noise rush in, surrender your mind to the comfort of distraction. Or you can wait. Breathe. Feel the unease rise and pass without obeying it. That's where freedom begins, not in grand revolutions but in small refusals. You've seen what Huxley warned us about. A world where pleasure replaces purpose, where sedation replaces thought, where silence becomes unbearable because it threatens the illusion of happiness. But now you also know the antidote: meaning, awareness, direction, the courage to endure reality without anesthesia. Real freedom isn't euphoric, it's quiet, it's heavy. It demands responsibility for your own mind. And that's why so few people want it. They prefer the soft prison, the predictable comfort, the endless scrolling that numbs the soul. But once you've seen the mechanism, you can't unsee it. The choice will follow you every morning, the glow or the stillness, the impulse or the intention. And each choice builds a different life. The system doesn't need to lose everyone, it only needs most people to stay asleep. That's why every awakened mind matters. Because awareness spreads like light, quietly, relentlessly, through example. So before you reach for that screen again, pause. Ask yourself the question that began this journey. Do you think you are free, or have you simply learned to love the cage? If this reflection opened something in you, stay with us. Subscribe, not for entertainment, but for awareness. Because the world doesn't change through noise, it changes through those who dare to stay awake.